there's been a lot of interest lately in the condo hotels.
Mm-hmm.
So really what makes a condo hotel stand out, it's a hybrid between a hotel and a condo. And what's great about these condo hotels is that they have professionally managed rental programs. So regular condos usually are owner occupied. And then if they want to rent it out, it's done independently.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
So that's really kind of the concept behind that.
When you said there's a lot of interest lately, who's interested?
Great question, Cynthia.
I think a lot of investors have been interested of late.
Yes. So out-of-state investors,
Really?
international clients, business people, people doing 1031 exchanges, and people who just want a vacation place, like a second home. So
You know what's interesting about that is to me, there's a lot of people who give us a call. Cynthia, you've got these calls. I want to buy something for short-term rental in Vegas. It's not that easy to do.
It's not easy at all.
And because the hotels don't really want you competing with them, so there's a lot involved in trying to find a short-term rental. And a condo hotel, it's done.
Right.
It is essentially a short-term rental. You can use yourself or throw into a program that the hotel's going to provide that you can. They'll sell the room on weeks that you let them know.
At a percentage off or a fee? Like, what's the fee usually?
Yeah.
So typically there are two ways you go about doing the rental program. Some hotel condos only accept you using the hotel management program, but there are third parties that some condo hotels allow you to use. And so it's a choice, and the splits vary. It could be 50-50, it could be 75-25. It just depends
On the condo.
on the condo, yeah.
The point is you can generate income out of your property on a short-term basis at a much higher rate than it would be on a monthly or annual basis, and then you can use it yourself. And they're in or near the strip. They're all right down there.
They really are.
Yeah.
I mean, there's four main ones, but really you're getting passive income. If you want to invest in it, you could live out of state or out of the country. And these management rental programs do everything. They do the marketing, they do the booking, they help clean the rooms, they have the maintenance ready for you. So really, it's like hands off.
Right.
So that's really nice.
I like to see. To me, that's the alternative for those who are looking for short-term rentals here in Vegas. Because if you want to do it yourself, quite honestly, Clark County, the rules are very tough,
strict.
very tough, and it's little opportunity.
Not on top of that, you've got your HOA rules. A lot of communities are like minimum 6 month or minimum a 12-month lease. You can't do a 30-day or a weekend.
I dare say there's no HOAs that really would allow you to do short-term rentals.
Right.
And I'll go further than that. I'll say more than 80% of the homes in the valley are in an HOA.
Yep.
And so you're really limited to only 20%. And then on top of that, there's restrictions in terms of proximity to one another. Clark County says, I think, not within 500 feet of another one or something like that. As you said, you could be in the rental pool at the property, and the hotel will book your room for you. If you make it available, just make it available, they'll book it. You can use it yourself. Is there a limit on how often I can use my own?
It depends what condo hotel you're in.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some have some restrictions, others don't.
Okay.
So,
What type of restrictions?
So basically,
meaning like holidays or really popular times like F1 or
you can't use it
Super Bowl. Yeah.
okay. So you can't. So they insist on having it for those. Is that what you're saying? So as an owner, I can't stay there?
It depends on your contract with them and the hotel.
I see. So there's different levels of participation.
Yes,
I got it. That makes sense. Okay, very good. Now, I mean, to me, a key element of this, as we said before, was the idea that if you want a short-term rental in Vegas, that's the way to go.
Absolutely.
I mean,
and the ease of managing it.
right. Yeah, all you gotta do is just wait for money to show up every month because it's, they're taking care of the property for you too, right?
Yes.
I mean, they're maintaining the property for the most part.
Just passive income.
Yeah.
A way to generate money, yeah.
And what kind of occupancy rate can they expect in a property like that?
Depending on the time of year. So from 75% all the way to the high 90%.
Okay.
So it really depends what's going on in Vegas, but there's so much
There's always
going
something going on.
right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's rarely nothing going on in Las Vegas. It used to be. I remember when I first got here. It used to be like the holiday between Thanksgiving and New Year's was kind of slow, but not anymore. I mean, they've got all kinds of things going on. So there's really hardly any time of year where there's not something happening in Vegas.
it's a great place to go with your family too during the holidays because you don't have to pick someone's house. You just meet at a restaurant or in the hotel, these condo hotels, and it's a great way to gather. And that's another reason people like the condo hotels, because oftentimes you can get 2 suites together when you rent them out.
Side by side.
Side by side with a kitchen, and then there's a door outside the 2 suites. So you really have your private place.
But you can be together.
But you can be together, but separate.
Right.
Yeah.
And shut the door. So.
Yeah.
You said kitchen, but not
Yes.
all of these have kitchens,
No.
right?
No, not all of them have kitchens.
Yeah, so they're more like it's more like a hotel room, honestly, for a lot of them.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll have a separate common area, a living area on top of like a suite might have in a
Yeah.
hotel. But for the most part, and some of them might have like kitchenette type of a thing
Or at
going
least
on.
a refrigerator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually the 1 bedrooms in most of the condo hotels
Right.
offer kitchenettes. So.
But a 1 bedroom's not the smallest. A studio,
Right.
studio
There's
is the
studios
smallest. Remember
and
that, guys.
1 bedroom. So.
Yeah, so there's a significant difference there.
And then there's penthouses, of course. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
And those would have just about everything.
Yes.
So those would be loaded for you. Okay. So if I'm an interested buyer and I'm thinking, gee, I'd love to have a place in Vegas where I can go to maybe 3 or 4 weeks a year, but also then the rest of the time is just leased out by, say, I don't know, MGM, for instance. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah.
And so you have to do the math. You have to pencil it out, make sure it all works, because they do charge you. I mean, they're not giving you all the money from that room.
So in those condo hotels, you're responsible for utilities? Or is that included, like in the building? Does the building provide utilities?
It's part of the assessment.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is part of the
assessment.
assessment fees.
Okay.
Their monthly assessments includes utilities.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the monthly assessment fee, management fee, or whatever goes to that.
And it's typically the assessments in these are going to be significantly higher.
Yes, they are.
Because of that. Plus, you also have access to maid service, other things that are going on the property.
A concierge service, you have
Yeah.
the valet, you have
Yeah.
the front desk.
So
And Harvey and I were also talking about this too. When you think of condo hotels, you think of people visiting or investments that people are doing here in Las Vegas. But there's a whole nother group of people that are living in these condo hotels, and they're retirees. And they love it there.
Yeah.
Because it's everything in one place. They have access to all the amenities. If they need medical care, they just call downstairs. They can
Right.
order food in very easily, valet service. So it's a whole new group that's really discovering these condo hotels as well.
How'd you like to, once you retire, not for many, many years then,
Thank you.
once you
Many
retire,
years.
once you retire, how'd you like to live in a hotel in Las Vegas? I mean, for some people, that's like a dream, right?
Yes.
That's just an absolute dream. But if I get medical service, I want the doctor to dress up like Elvis. I'm just
Of
saying.
course. I mean, come on.
You know, I'm not going to I want any doctor if I'm in a hotel in Las Vegas. I want Elvis to.
Well, maybe the driver can dress up as
Of course,
Elvis.
Elvis, here, eat this peanut butter banana sandwich. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, maybe not. I don't know.
so funny.
And then again, the difference between a high rise. Now, the high rise condos, that's another market. That's a slightly different market, similar
Yes.
but different, in the sense that that's intended to be fully lived in, no short term rentals
Correct.
in those. If you want one of the nice condos, and you say, "Gee, I don't want to be around people who are only here once a week," then you want a regular high-rise condo. There's lots of opportunity for that. There's many buildings in and around the strip
Yes.
and off the strip to accommodate you for that as well.
Yeah, they're even thinking of expanding the high rises in Summerlin.
Right.
You know, they have Queens Ridge or one Queens Ridge right now
Right.
on the border of Summerlin, but they are looking into building more there.
And they're building a big one down in Henderson right now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The Four Seasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's an amazing property. That's going to be a beauty, and the views from that
Those
one.
start at like $2 or $3 million.
Yeah, $3 million.
Yeah. And again, the amenities there are going to be special. It's going to be a nice property. But it's not going to be short-term rentals. They're not going to do that up there. That's going to be for people who just want to live.
Yes.
And it's funny, when you go to these condominiums down there, not the condotels, but the regular condominiums, the occupancy rate in them is only around 25 or 30%, because they're like second homes.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of them are just second homes. And so
Snowbirds or
it's rarely full, if ever. Maybe during special events, they're going to have a
Yeah.
higher occupancy rate because people come to visit to be here for F1 or Super Bowl or whatever.
Absolutely. And the Four Seasons that they're building, those 2 towers, it's solely going to be condos. It's not going to be a hotel.
No.
Not hotel.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not.
Yeah, they're Four Seasons is really handling the amenities for the property. I know somebody who's going to be he's a chef. He's going to have one of the restaurants there,
wow.
which is going to be pretty special. It's very nice. I mean, all high
Some
end.
of those condos at the Four Seasons have their own pool.
Oh wow. Okay.
Sign me up.
Yeah, how about that?
The-
I mean, look, I think that the most
Well, and let's just say this. We're talking about really high end, but there's affordable too. We don't want to make people
Right.
think that
Of
there's
course.
not affordable condos.
yeah, absolutely. Now, I don't know if this is fair to ask you this, but is there, if I wanted to buy a condotel, say at MGM, where are the price? Is there a price range you could share with us, or just a approximate?
Sure. I mean, they range. They starting from the 200s all the way up. I mean, penthouses are a million
multi-millions,
plus.
multi-million.
Yeah. So it just depends. But what we do at the Blankfeld Group is we really, when someone's interested in a condo hotel, we want to know, okay, what are you looking for in terms of your investment?
Right.
Are you looking for luxury? Are you looking for lifestyle? Are you looking for long-term appreciation? And then we break down the HOAs and the revenue
Run the
Right.
that
numbers.
property. Yeah, we run the numbers and we really find out what you're looking for.
Yeah, like I say, you got to pencil it out.
Yeah.
You got to pencil it out and understand exactly what you're getting yourself into. Because if you're, I mean, and financing's different on those too. They're not. It's not typical financing on a condotel, right?
No, it's cash or conventional.
And there are some conventional programs for it, but you're not going to do FHA. You're not going to do
No.
VA because it's not owner occupied, guys.
Right.
That's not
Yeah.
something that they can do. But there are conventional programs for it, and not all lenders will do it either. Not all lenders like to get involved in that type of a property. Although I'll say there's not. It doesn't seem like it's very volatile. It's not like a lot of people coming and going.
No.
I mean, it's not. Once you buy it, pretty much you sit on it and it's yours, and that's what happens in there.
So when it comes to high-rise condo hotels in Las Vegas, it's not just about buying or selling property. It's about understanding a highly specialized market. That's where the Blankfeld Group High-Rise Division stands out. We offer expert insight and help clients maximize both the lifestyle and investment potential of these unique high-rises. So give us
Awesome.
a call if you have any questions or want to see some properties.
Awesome.